Imagine waking up to a self-appointed neighborhood queen storming your porch with a fake cop in tow, slapping you with an $8,500 bill for violations, like growing tomatoes in your own damn yard. That's the kind of absurdity that kicked off my nightmare in this cookie-cutter suburb where the air smells like fresh-cut grass and festering resentment. But oh, the sweet irony. Turns out her precious HOA throne room was squatting on my property all along, and I was about to serve her an eviction notice she'd never forget. It started on a lazy Saturday, the kind where the only drama should be deciding between pancakes or waffles. I'd been retired for 5 years, but old habits die hard, sipping black coffee while poring over old city maps on my laptop, a leftover tick from 2 decades as a civil engineer fixing roads no one appreciated. The doorbell buzzed like an angry hornet, twice, insistent. Peeking through the blinds, I saw her, Karen McAllister, HOA president of Whispering Pines Estates, striding up like she owned the block. Flanking her was a guy in a rumpled uniform that screamed, "Rent a cop," plus 2 sidekicks clutching folders like shields. Her hair was helmet sprayed into submission, lipstick a slash of corporate red. "Mr. Harlan," she barked as I cracked the door, her voice all honeyed venom. "I'm Karen McAllister, guardian of our community's pristine standards. This is Officer Ramirez from enforcement, well, sort of, and our diligent board members, Bob and Linda." The officer shifted, his badge glinting oddly, like it had been polished with desperation. She thrust a sheaf of papers at me, embossed with what looked like city seals but felt like laser-printed lies. "You've got 24 hours to rectify these egregious breaches of harmony," she declared, eyes gleaming with that righteous fire only power trippers know. Item 1. Dismantle that eyesore of a veggie patch, agriculture? In a residential utopia? Unthinkable. Item 2. Repaint your house in approved beige number 4. That off-white is practically anarchy. Item 3. Tear down the fence blocking our vital sight lines. Think of the children. She flipped to the estimate, jabbing at the total like it was my fault. $8,500. Cash or check, Mr. Harlan. Community dues wait for no man. Bob and Linda nodded like bobbleheads, pens poised. The officer stared at his shoes, mumbling about just delivering. I took the papers, scanning them. Fonts mismatched. Codes sounded made up, like someone Googled zoning laws and hit print. "Interesting," I said mildly, folding them away. "I'll run this by the city planner I know from my engineering days." Karen's smile twitched, a crack in the facade. "Of course, due diligence is admirable. We'll circle back Monday." As they retreated, she called over her shoulder, "Remember, Mr. Harlan, rules keep us civilized." I watched them pile into her SUV, whispering furiously. First call, City Hall. The clerk laughed outright. "No records, sir. That's bogus as a $3 bill. And that badge number belongs to a retiree. Game recognized game, hers was crooked." By Monday, the farce escalated into a full-blown siege. A real inspector this time, badge shiny, attitude bureaucratic, knocked at dawn. "Anonymous tip about your shed, sir. Unpermitted eyesore." He paced my yard, tape measure snapping like judgments. "Dimensions match your old permit, but oops, database glitch. No final sign-off. Slap. A red tag on my door. Verify or vacate in 10 days. I nodded politely, but inside, gears turned. Tuesday, landscapers roared in at sunrise, Chainsaws hungry. HOA order. The foreman grunted, hacking my hedge to stubs. Overgrowth hazard blocks views. Endangers joggers. For $100 in plants gone, leaving my yard bald as a bad toupee. I confronted him. This is my property line. He shrugged. Take it up with the boss lady. Wednesday hit personal. A server ambushed me at lunch in the diner, hollering my name like a bingo winner. Summons for unpaid fees. $2, 400 lien attempt. Diner stared. Whispers spread. My mailbox bulged with certified threats, each stamped with Karen's smug seal. Social media lit up. Anonymous posts from Concerned Neighbor 123. That Harlan guy's dragging down values with his rebel fence. Selfish. Thursday. Surveillance theater. Karen paraded past my house thrice. Notebook out. Snapping pics like a tabloid hack. Her crony lurked across the street. Binoculars gleaming. Old Mrs. Ellis, who'd borrowed my ladder last fall, sidled up worried. Karen showed pics at the meeting. Your shed's a fire trap, she says. Everything okay? Kids scampered away when I waved. Parents hissed warnings. It was laughable, if not so infuriating, the way she weaponized community like a blunt instrument. I installed cams, documented every smirk, called the cops, civil matter, but log it, hired a lawyer, Ellis Grant, textbook bullying. She's burying you in paper to break you, but Karen's moves were slick, filings citing dusty codes, each legit enough to tie me in knots. Anonymous notes slipped under my door. Fit in or ship out, for the greater good. Bus stop chatter turned toxic. Harlan's the problem. Hoarding his yard like a miser. Subtle poison. Perfectly deniable. Meanwhile, I dug deep old surveys. HOA charters. The plat from '85. My lot predated their empire by a year. Boundaries mismatched. Whispers of bigger rot. Utilities snaking through my soil. Their clubhouse foundation kissing my dirt. Irony so thick you could spread it on toast. The pressure cooker hissed louder, turning neighborly nods into glares. Karen amped it, filing injunctions left and right, claiming my non-compliant yard posed imminent peril. A judge rubber-stamped entry for maintenance. And suddenly contractors tromped my lawn, fixing nothing but my patience. Social shunning peaked. HOA newsletter blasted me as the holdout harming Harmony. Facebook groups buzzed with her scripted fearmongering. If Harlan wins, say goodbye to our playground. Chaos. Parents rerouted strollers. Invites dried up. Process servers stalked my gym. My grocery run public shaming on steroids. Legal bills piled like autumn leaves. $700 a week just to breathe. Karen's interviews on local TV, masterclass in hypocrisy. We're just upholding standards for everyone's safety, she cooed, pearl clutching at the camera. Digging her past. License dinged for shady deals. Prior fraud suits swept under rugs. Her consulting gig, bleeding HOAs dry with fees for fights she started. Forensic accountant buddy spotted embezzlement trails. $30K siphoned via expenses. Motive clicked. Not just control, but cover up. Nights blurred into archive dives. Kitchen became war room. Maps tacked. Deadlines sticky noted. Surveyor pal. Jake. GPS'd every inch. HOA office? 80% on my turf. Playground? Mine. $800,000 in illegal builds. No easements. Septic dumping into storms, EPA nightmare. Karen knew, or should have, her firm inherited maps she never fixed. Pocketing profits. She tightened screws. Emergency hearing loomed, her affidavits painting me as a hazard. Media frenzy. Rebel resident versus HOA heroine. Community meeting boiled over. 70 folks crammed in. Karen at podium. Harlan's defiance risks it all. Property values plummet if we don't act. Boos echoed. Eyes accused. I sat quiet, notebook in lap, letting her rope lengthen. Proof mounted, old 75 survey sealed it. Everything theirs was mine. Leverage. Bought their debt quietly. $40,000 owed. Her desperation showed. Filings frantic. Excuses lamer. It's for the children, she'd simper, while her empire teetered on stolen ground. The county commission chamber hummed with tension, air thick as bad coffee. Karen strutted in, lawyers in tow, face a mask of martyred resolve. Commissioner Hale, she opened, voice quivering theatrically. This rogue resident endangers our idyllic enclave with his flagrant disregard. Her team nodded sagely, slides flashing violations like horror flicks. But my turn, 6 minutes to dismantle 3 decades of delusion. Minute 1. Folks, let's talk boundaries. Jake unveiled maps. Gasps as lines showed their clubhouse squatting like an uninvited guest. Karen scoffed. Preposterous. Historical oversight. Minute 2. Her fraud history unrolled. Suspended license. Lawsuits galore. Ethical lapses? Irrelevant. She sputtered, cheeks flushing. Laughter rippled. Her poise cracked. Minute 3. Infrastructure bombshell. $800K illegal. No permits. Commissioner leaned in. Explain. Ms. McAllister. She stammered. Administrative error. Blame the old devs. Minute 4. Debt reveal. I own your notes now. Pay up or seize. Her lawyers paled. She whispered furiously. Blackmail, she yelped. Crowd murmured sweet schadenfreude. Minute 5. EPA rep dropped environmental nukes, septic violations, shutdown imminent. Photos of contamination flashed. Karen's eyes darted. Overreaction. We meant well. Minute 6. Accounting expose. $30K embezzled. Stolen funds fueled this farce, I said calmly. Silence fell. Her face crumpled like wet paper. Commissioner. Response. Her attorney begged delay. Denied. Rulings reigned. Ops suspended. Criminal referral. $80,000 fine. I got rights restored. Authority over their stuff. Karen approached post-gavel. You've ruined us. I shrugged. No. Your greed did. I just mapped it. Chamber emptied to whispers, her empire in ashes. 6 months on. The dust settled into something almost poetic. Negotiations birthed a lease. $1, $800 monthly for their trespass. Debt restructured over 7 years at fair rates. Cleanup hit $140,000. Funded by clawed-back fraud cash and insurance. New septic? Compliant. Green. Karen? Pleaded guilty, 2 years probation. $45,000 restitution. License shredded. Bankrupt and bolted to obscurity. Her McMansion? Fire-sailed. Community rebooted. New board. Transparent audits. No more arbitrary BS. Property values dipped then surged 18% on solid ground. I advise now. Unpaid walks through my playground feel earned. Neighbors nod respectfully. Mrs. Ellis bakes pies. Legacy. County tightened HOA reigns. Mandatory checks. education on rights. No more blind empires. Justice, not vengeance, but truth bulldozing lies. But tell me, in a world where community masks control freaks, is the real villain the rule breaker or the rule maker who bends them for power?